Welcome back, my beautiful humans. I'm so glad you joined me today on If I Die Tomorrow, where today we are actually going to try and make peace with the fact that we are not going to be here forever. And I know this is another big one, because how do you make peace with death? How do you make peace with the fact that you are not going to be here one day? And on top of that, you don't know when that one day is. I'm kind of actually grateful that I don't know, because I think if we all walked around with a clock running backwards, a countdown, that we would be so focused on that clock that we would forget about actually living. So I'm grateful we don't have that, or an hourglass with the sands running through, because it's so easy to get lost and mesmerized in these sands just falling and not realizing that it's each one of those grains of sand is a moment in your life, a memory that you could have created. So it's really important that we actually do come to peace with it. And I'm trying to do this in a way that is not morbid, but rather using it to acknowledge our mortality, that it can be a powerful catalyst for living more fully, more authentically, and with less regret. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's be honest. The idea of not existing anymore is deeply unsettling for most of us. Again, how you are supposed to be okay with just not being here one day. Why do you think that is, though? Is it fear and fear of the unknown? Or, big one here, loss of control. We all like to be in control of things, and when it's not in our control, it kind of freaks us out. The idea of leaving loved ones behind is also another one right up there at the top of why this might be difficult to find peace. We live in a society that often avoids discussing death. We use euphemisms. We celebrate the youth. We strive for immortality through science and medicine. Is this avoidance really helpful or harmful? Please don't tell me that you do not see that and that I'm the only one. I see it all over in the news, social media, you name it, it's out there. People are trying to biohack their DNA, reverse the hands of time, age backwards. While yes, I would love to still have the skin of a 20-year-old, but I earned every single one of these lines. I'm proud of them. Do I wish they were less defined? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We all have some form of what's the word I would like to use? Appreciation for youth and avoidance of being old. But it really is a gift to become old, because we don't know how long we actually have. And there are people who invest a lot of time and a lot of money into trying to be immortal, Do you remember the whole cryogenics? Freeze yourself, and then they can they can thaw you out in 200 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, and then you can continue to live. I don't know if I particularly enjoy that. My time on this earth is to love the best that I can while I'm here. And in 1,000 years, the people I knew, the people who made a difference in my life, they wouldn't be here. So why would I want to live in that time? But that's just me and my thoughts and my opinions, and there's nothing wrong if you would feel comfortable and want to be one of those ones that, because you want to see what it's like, 1,000 years from now. I just feel that it would be really lonely. And I'm the type of person that I can be alone and not be lonely, but to not have someone to go to love immediately would be really difficult for me. Would it be for you? Some of the, problem is that we need to acknowledge that some of this resistance is actually natural and it is part of being human. Excuse me, I need to take a drink. Now, as I always do, let me flip the script. Instead of fearing the end, what if we saw it as a powerful motivator for how we live now? Think about the cliche, live each day as if it was your last. I mean, they have made some beautiful songs. You have Nickelback, you have Tim McGraw. I don't remember some of the other artists right now, which makes me sad because there are some really beautiful songs out there regarding living your, like it's your last day. While it might be extreme, the underlying sentiment is profound. How does knowing our time is limited impact our choices? How does it impact your choice? If you've embraced the thought of if I die tomorrow, has it started changing how you live today? If it has, let me know. I'm curious. And I would appreciate it, and I would appreciate you, as I already appreciate you. And I'm sorry I haven't really been honoring that and letting you know. So I'm sorry, please forgive me. However, let's go back to habit being a motivator. Does it help you prioritize what truly matters? Relationships over material possessions? Experiences over endless toil? Would it also be a motivator to helping you let it go or regret? Would it motivate you and encourage you to forgive and to express love? To take a leap of faith instead of letting fear be a liar. The idea of what ifs can make life so much harder, because we'll use what ifs as an excuse. Didn't know if you knew that, but a lot of times we use what ifs as an excuse for choices that we could have made differently. And I am a big one. My children will tell you, I have always said, life is always about choice. And I hope maybe you can take that away and use that as well. But another thing is the ideas of what ifs can be much more painful than the fear of trying. Because what ifs leave it as like an imaginative thing. Trying means that it's real and tangible. And there's fear in that. And I don't know why. Because if you fail, you still learned. And so you didn't actually fail. You may have failed at the thing you were trying, but you didn't actually fail in this life. Does it make us more present in our everyday lives? Noticing the small joys, the fleeting moments. I think it's a great motivator for that. And I don't want to say this incorrectly because it is something that actually does stick with me a lot. You never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. And that is so profound to me. And if we take for granted all of this because we're not at peace with the fact that we're not going to be here forever, I think we're missing out on so many moments that could become fantastic memories. And I'm tired of missing out on things. Aren't you? One of the other things that I really like is walk by faith, not by sight. And I think you really have to do that in this to make peace with this. So what are some practical steps that we can take to actually do this? How do we move from fear to acceptance and even peace? Ultimately, that's the goal, right? One of the things that we could do is reflection and journaling. Take time to reflect on your own mortality. Be open and honest with yourself. Write down your fears, but also write down your hopes. Write down your good moments. Write down your learning moments. And also write down what you want to achieve with the time that you have. What kind of legacy, we've discussed it, not necessarily grand, but personal, do you want to leave? Practice gratitude. When you appreciate what you have now, the idea of losing it becomes less about deprivation and more about a treasured experience. Also, it will keep you from being the if onlys. I call people the if onlys because they use goals and possessions as a gauge to happiness. If only I had, I would be happy. If only I went, I would be happy. And the more they achieve or obtain the if onlys, they find another if only, and they keep putting off their own happiness. And I'd really hate to see that for you. So practice your gratitude. Don't be an if only, be a right now. Treasure your experiences. See the joy in them. Make meaningful connections. Invest deeply in your relationships. Knowing that our time with loved ones is limited can make those connections even more precious. Live authentically. Are you living a life that aligns with your values? Are you pursuing what genuinely brings you joy and fulfillment rather than chasing external expectations? And I know, we all need to eat, we all need a paycheck, I get it. Believe me, I know. And we're not, yeah. However, you can still chase your joy and fulfillment while still having the responsibilities and taking on the responsibilities of being an adult, a contributing member of society. It's not as fun as what we thought it would be when we were kids. Man, it's one of the biggest lies we've told ourselves. But we at least got to be adults. So find the joy and peace in that. Next is acceptance, not resignation. This isn't about giving up. It's about accepting the natural cycle of life. Think of it like the changing of seasons. Each has its beauty and its purpose. And I've said before, I really honestly believe with every fiber of my being that our purpose on this earth, in this life, is to be love. So share it. We are selfish enough. We should be able to at least share genuine love. Now I'm going to do a call to action, and I hope you guys are ready. Ultimately, making peace with our mortality isn't about becoming morbid. Yes, I said it. It is not about us being morbid. It's about becoming incredibly alive. It's about shedding our anxieties that hold us back and embracing the preciousness of each and every breath. If we use that, think about that right now. Hold that in your heart and take a deep breath right now. Because you're here. You're alive. There are others who didn't make it to where you are right now. So be grateful in that. But take a deep breath and feel it. When we truly accept that our time is limited, a profound sense of freedom can actually emerge. It can give us the freedom to be ourselves, to pursue our passions, and to love without reservation. I encourage you this week to spend a few minutes just contemplating this idea. Just let it run around in your brain, give it a little bit. It's okay. And when you do that, and you're contemplating it, if you let this in, how would your day be different? Truly living it with the understanding that every moment is a gift. I want to thank you for joining me on this week's episode. Another, I'd say heavy but good. I mean, almost freeing. I feel like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I hope you felt that way too. And of course, next week we'll dive into another one. I hope you found some light in this, a little bit of humor. I hope it piqued your curiosity. If you liked this, I hope you share it. Don't be afraid to subscribe. Give it a like, comment. Appreciate all of that. Also, there is a website called www.heycoleypress You can go there. You can see all of my videos that are on social media. Because we are on YouTube. We are on Spotify, so that you can listen, as well as Amazon Music. We put small videos out, clips of the show on TikTok and Instagram. Love to see you come over there and join me. There's also merch for sale on the website, so give that a look. We have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, journals, and a bag. So until next time, be kind, be grateful, stay humble.